What's up, everybody? Sergeant Clark here with Sergeant Clark's Trades, back with an after hours update. So, obviously, today we had a great day, another great day, I should say. Almost 7.5% increase during market hours, and up another 1.4% basically after hours as of, you know, about an hour and 15 minutes after close. So, today we started off extremely strong. So if you take a look here, we gapped up as soon as the 4 a.m. pre-market opened. And the momentum just did not stop for the most part for the day. Going through, this is on the 5-minute candles. You can see, about 6:30 we hit 1370, which was our high in the pre-market. And then as soon as the market opened, just look at that movement, just straight up, and you can see how hard the hedge funds were trying to push this price down. And they were actually pretty successful today on keeping the price pretty stagnant. We stayed above 14 for a little bit. They pushed it back down. And then it was just a continuous battle literally the entire day up until the closing bell. And you can see here, we pretty much consistently traded for between about $13.80 and $14 the whole last hour, pretty much. So starting here and probably almost an hour and a half, we stayed in that range. And, we closed the day at $13.95. About an hour after close, we hit a high so far of $14.30, sitting at $14.17 right now. So, leading into tomorrow, I'm anticipating another gap up based on what we're seeing after market today, and with how strong the price action was first thing this morning at 4 a.m. So, if we have another day like that, so we went from 1280 immediately to 1344 or 1329 when we started. That's a what? Almost 50-cent gap up. So if we were to have that again today, we would be, or had that again tomorrow morning, we would be at that key resistance level that we've been looking at, that 1450 mark. And if we can pass that 1454 mark, and we were to gap up that severely and hold that through open and be able to sustain that, it's going to be off to the races. I don't necessarily think we're going to have another 50-cent gap up, but it's very possible. We've already hit 1430, and, we're kind of consistently staying around that 1420 mark through the after hours. So, me personally, I think we're probably going to open around the level we're at right now. I would be very happy with that, obviously. That's still another 2% increase over where we closed. So, I'm looking to see another solid green day tomorrow. And just like everybody else is saying, that key level for us is that 1450. And then if we can break that 1454 mark that we hit back here on March 18th. That's how long it's been since we were at that mark. And you can see here, we basically have a giant, double bottom George W., whatever you want to call it. Over the past 2 months, it has been a 2-month long George W. formation. And, just look at that movement we've had just in the past few days. Just continuous uptrend, and I don't see why that would not continue. Even now it's already run back up to 1423. So the movement's there. We're looking very strong. We didn't close above 14. Who cares? Really, who cares? We've been here before. We've been at that 1454 mark. I've ridden it since, I rode it from the $20 range back down here to the $5 range and didn't sell. Rode it back up to 14, didn't sell. And we're back there now. because we know what it's going to do. We know what the potential is. I will continuously say that I'm not going to put out a price target. I'm not, because at the end of the day, it depends on how serious and how great the conviction is with how much people are willing to hold, how long they are willing to hold for.
Jeff, could you help this lady get a watermelon, please?
If they will hold until, a lot of people want that 100K, and it is theoretically possible. Realistically, it is possible. We've seen the short squeeze with Volkswagen. We've seen the short squeeze with the stock last year, or 2019, whenever it was, that the stock went up to 25K. And the numbers on this far surpass what either one of those short squeezes did. So at the end of the day, just keep the good vibes, keep feeling good about where we're at, where we're headed. It can't be too much longer now. I mean, they can't continue to drag this out. We're not far from the share recount. I think June 2nd is that magic day for that. And I think that's going to be another huge catalyst. But before that, I think we need to hit that 1450 mark and hold it and break that 1454 high from 2 months ago. If we break that, I see us being just off to the races at that point, because that's been a 2 month long wait to get back to that mark, and there's no reason we can't do it. We're on the trajectory to do it this week. If it does reject, we may see another decline back down to that $11-12 range, but we need to continue with this heavy volume. We've had this 147 million today, had 200 million on Friday, almost 300 million on Thursday. We need to keep the volume up. We need to keep the buying pressure up. We've seen the data from our iBorrow desk. I think there's 1.2 million shares available to short. That's just other institutional buyers, taking advantage of this borrow fee. It's going to happen. They're going to have more ammunition to continue shorting. But at the end of the day, we control the float. We control the shares. We control the price we sell at. So everyone, just continue holding, continue buying if you're able to, and just stay calm. It's okay to get excited about seeing these big kind of jumps. I set my alarm for 4 o'clock this morning and could not believe how quick it jumped up like that and how fast it moved up. And the same thing with what we saw right when the market opened, jumping over 1430. That was huge, because it's been so long since we've seen those numbers. But at the end of the day, this isn't the number we're looking for. We're going to keep holding. I know I am. I know most of you are. Keep holding, keep buying, and y'all have a great night. I'll probably post another video pre-market tomorrow, letting you know where we're sitting leading into the market opening. So until then, drop a like, subscribe, share the video, help me out with the algorithm, and y'all have a great night.